This is the Collector Car Podcast, the home for the auto enthusiast. Join Gu-Scallen as he applies over 25 years of insights and analytical experience to the collector car market. He will interview the experts and throw in some fun stuff as well.
Okay. Welcome back to the Collector Car Podcast. Yes, this is the Collector Car Fantasy Football Round 2. I've got quite an esteemed group of guests today. So before we begin, I'd like to introduce Julie Gu-Scallen. Julie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good to see everybody again.
Yes, good to see you. Now you're VP of Media at Hagerty, so thanks for joining us. I also like to welcome Brad Phillips. Brad, how are you?
I'm doing great. Nice to be here.
Speaking about being here, you have a new role since we last spoke. Would you give us a brief update on that?
Yeah, Julie ran me out. So now I'm the executive director and VP of the LeMay America's Car Museum in sunny all the time, Tacoma, Washington.
Yes, I've been there once and it is beautiful. So I can't wait to go back and visit you. And then you're not dreaming, but Ramsey Potts is with us in a moving car. So not to be outdone, he decided to put the show on the road. So Ramsey, thank you for joining us.
Happy to be at least sitting down for the moment and able to participate. Yes, my apologies to all for the ever-changing lights and shadows. My beautiful bride is driving her 2008 Cayenne from our once home in Savannah, Georgia to our new home just outside of Amelia Island, Florida. We are literally in the middle of moving as we are recording.
Yes. So this is audio podcast, but if you'd like to see the video and see these wonderful people's faces, you can join us on YouTube. So real quick, as a brief overview to what we're doing, if you didn't check out the launch or round one, we're doing the Collector Car Fantasy Football as if we're picking players for a football team, but we're picking 11 cars for 11 categories. And then we have $1 million salary cap. Not all of us quite grasped that concept at the beginning, but we do have $1 million salary cap. And whoever is winning is the one that has the most increase in value by using Hagerty's valuation tools. So after round one, Julie was running away with it, or at least seemed to be running away with it. She was up almost 41 grand. So congratulations, Julie, after round one.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I was killing it.
You were killing it. Brad was in second place. I was in third, and Ramsey was kind enough to pull up fourth place. So we're going to kick it off here, but I thought what we do this time is kind of go Julie first, and then we'll kind of go around the horn here by category. We'll see how our cars have performed, and then we do have a bench. So I know no one really took advantage of that in round one except for Brad. Brad, you moved to a Dodge Viper from condition number 3 to condition number 2, right?
I did. I stuck with the horse I rode in on. It's a very famous euphemism that no one's ever used before until just now. But I changed the condition rating from a 3 of average to a 2, which is quite good. Because I believe in that steed.
That was a stellar pick, I must say. If you did want to switch a car out for round 2, which I do need to get everybody's input on a car I want to switch out. It does have to pass the mustard of everybody on the call here. You know, that's the tough part. You guys can be kind of tough.
Only Brad.
Only on Brad, right? Yep. And I've kind of got an idea of how we're shaking out here, so I'm going to be calculating the numbers to see how we shake out after round 2. Okay.
I'm just gonna leave this here.
Goodness.
That is not the official trophy. They're actually.
That is well. Greg sent this to me. It is beautiful. You can tell it's real gold from the marks in it. It's very, very good.
Well, we'll see how you do. No pressure. All right, Julie, why don't you start it off with Italian Stallions? Tell us what you picked and how it's doing.
Yes. Okay. So with the Italian Stallion, I picked number 3 condition rating, a 1973 Ferrari 246 GTS. So the starting value was $290,000. With the last round, I was up $4 grand, which is,
not
decent.
bad.
And with this latest round, I am up a whopping $21,000.
Huge.
For a combined total of $25,000.
Wow.
And a 7.2% increase. So
now
total.
Total increase was 8.6%.
There we go.
The
All
initial pick.
Look, we have to call a flag on this play right away. Okay. We can't let her get away with this. She is climbing the corporate ladder. She's got more sway. She's got a direct influence on where these books put these numbers down. How do we know that she didn't go down and cherry pick all these things and tell our valuation guys, give them the old what for? How do we know?
We don't. Should we handicap her? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes. The Julie Gu handicap of at least 35%.
I don't think that's going to.
You're not going to win, Brad.
I mean,
right.
even with that handicap, I would still beat you, Brad.
Wow. Throwing it down early here. All right.
Unbelievable.
Brad, what do you have in your Italian stallion category?
Well, let's just get to it then, shall we? Italian Stallions, 1969 Iso Grifo 7-liter.
Great car.
We all know why I love this car. It's Italian styling with the heart of a big block Corvette. And I started off back in January 2021 at $444,000. Came out heavy. In May, it was $444,000, a growth rate of 0%. But now, September, it is $460,000 for the same condition 3. And that gives me a 3.6% increase.
Pretty good.
Not fantastic.
But it's an increase, right?
Still beating one of my IRAs somehow, but
all right. We'll take it. All right, for mine, I got the 1990 Ferrari Testarossa condition 3, 105 to start, and it actually popped up to 118. So 12.4% increase, 13 grand. So not bad for the Testarossa, the cheese slicer. And we just lost Ramsey. Hopefully he's.
No, I'm here. I deleted the video. Can you still hear me?
We can still hear you. Yes.
Okay. I
right.
thought maybe I would speed up the connection by reducing the video. So I picked for my Italian stallion, and I stayed with it, the 1990 Alfa Romeo Spider Quadrifoglio. And I would just like to clarify for all of your loyal listeners, as I have stated before, I don't really feel as though the rules were clearly communicated to me, and I entered into the contest under the belief that it was based on the percentage of increase, because real science is always based on percentages. And nonetheless, it was.
Oh, we're losing Ramsey.
we're losing Ramsey.
All right, I can recap it for him. This one actually did quite well for him. Let's see, he started at $20,400 and now he's up to $25,300, up almost $5,000 on a low base. So up 24%. That's pretty strong. So even though Ramsey didn't understand the rules, he's still doing pretty good.
Yeah, now that he can't defend himself, we can really go nuts on this.
That's right.
Blew it in the first one. I mean, we can all agree on that.
3-1, right? You know, so all right. Well, let's hope he joins us again. Let's see. All right, Julie, you want to start with the second one, American Muscle?
Yes, American Muscle. So this car has been hot for quite a while and continues to be a 1979 Ford Bronco. Condition number 3, rating. So starting value was $25,600 and ending value is $35,300. So that is a total increase of 37.9%.
Ah, that's incredible increase. That's very good. Very well done on that one. All right, Brad, what you got next? Oh, this is your sleeper here.
Sleeper.
Well, maybe not sleeper. This one's
because let me tell you, I knew exactly what this car was going to do. And the fact that it did exactly what I knew it was going to do does not make it a sleeper. Makes it a sure thing. So let's just get into this one. American Muscle, 92 to 95 Dodge Viper RT10. Okay.
Yes.
33,300 in January. Condition 3 car. $112,000 today for a 236.3% increase.
What?
That's because you upgraded from a 3 to a 4 or 3 to a 2 condition.
Yeah.
Right? You took a big old jump on that one.
Well, we didn't need to go into all that. I mean, that was
sorry.
That was kind of inside baseball on that one. Yeah, okay. If you want to get right down to it, sure. And I kept the bench car out of it, but I took that opportunity to move my condition 3 to a condition 2. And as many of us know, the better condition a car in, the more rise it can have in value, or the more agreeable it is to purchase. Yeah, that helped me a little bit.
Helped you a little bit. Yeah, that was a really good call. All right. Mine is a 1970 Plymouth Cuda AAR. I should have dumped this car. Mopars have been so soft, but I thought they're due to rise. So it started at 59.2, and I'm glad I did not dump it. It's actually up to 71 grand, up 11,800 bucks. Almost a 20% increase. So Mopars are coming back. I've been beating on that for like 3 years now. So they're finally coming back. All right, Ramsey, I saw your face pop in briefly. Are you here?
Can you hear me? Do you copy?
We do. We do.
All right. Let's get over this one quickly. It was the only car I have that has gone down in value. And at no one's to surprise, the Condition 1 1991 Ford Taurus SHO started at $15,000, and today it is worth $14,300. It is down 7.7%, which clearly tells everyone buy one of them now because they're about to skyrocket before our final session together.
So pick it for your round next year and you'll be good, right?
No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet.
You're hanging on to it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right, Julie, Rising Sun.
Okay, so I had a condition number 3, 1976 Datsun 280Z. And this started at 10,700, but I think Datsuns in general are on the rise. Datsuns. And so we are ending now with a total increase of $4,800, which is 44.9% bump.
Ooh, that's like 2 double-digit increases in a row. That's pretty good.
Wow.
That's okay. All right, Brad, what do you got? Fire back.
It's the Gu method, people.
From the land of the rising sun. That's where we are right now.
Where we are.
I went big, heavy, off-roadish, yet mall capable if necessary. 1991 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ80 for those that like the numbers. Started off at 20 grand. It sits today at 24.4, a 20% increase, and I think it's got a lot more to go.
All right. That's good. 20% increase. Can't beat that. Let's see. I've got the 1966 Honda S600, and that started condition 3, 25.3, and it's now 25.3. So nothing. I got nothing on that one. So that's it for me. Ramsey.
The 1991 Honda Civic CRX SI in condition 2. It started at 18,000. Doesn't matter what it's worth. It's up 5%. That's all that matters. Is it's up 5%, which is more than Brad's. So that's all that matters.
All right.
More than the grief, though. Yes, I guess.
Julie, German's our next category. What do you have?
A 1995 Mercedes-Benz E500. Condition number 2. Starting value was 60,200, and it is up again, double digits.
God bless.
15.4%.
Dang it.
Up $9,300. That's a limited edition Chanel bag right there.
I was waiting. I haven't heard a single handbag comparison yet.
Yeah, or for Brad, that's like 5 sobs.
No. Ouch.
It is actually 2 daily drivers of what I'm currently driving. So I'm crushing it on the car front at the moment.
All righty. Brad, what do you have?
Well, so let's spin a story here. I mean, we're all here to converse a little bit. It's
Here
not
we
just
go.
about the numbers, Greg. It's about building a community, right? Let's talk about the community of station wagon lovers.
Small.
Because you may remember in January, I picked the 1985 Mercedes 300 TD wagon. I love that. The little quad round headlights, that beautiful boxy exterior. They're the coolest wagon going. You look like you're in the middle of Nantucket everywhere you go in one of these things. Just absolutely love them. Matter of fact, I saw one parked at a coffee shop the other day, and I remarked out of my window that I love that wagon. And the guy driving it looked at me like I was crazy because he didn't think it was all that, but I'm here to tell you they're really, really cool. So anyway, let's see, $13,600 up to $16,800, still a buy. And it's 23.5%, double digits. Did I get that right?
Nice.
Yeah, 13.6 to 16.8, 23.5%.
Wow. Mercedes wagon doing well. Nice.
Is that right? That math doesn't look right. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a low base. 16 grand, up 3 grand.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
All right.
Good.
All right. For mine, I picked a 1970 Porsche 911S. Porsches, they haven't been doing all that lately. I'm hoping they're going back up, but it's not happening right now. Mine started at 122, condition 3, and it's at 122. So I got 2 flat lines in a row. You know, it's not good. Now, if you want to pull out a bench car, do that anytime. I've got one that I need to get your blessing on, but I got a couple backups. So that's what I got. All right, Ramsey, what do you have?
2001 BMW M3 Coupe in condition 2 was worth $41,100. Today it is worth $46,500 for an all-in of 13.1% increase. And Julie, I would just like you to know that my wife driving me around here tonight is now one of your biggest fans.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
She's not a fan of mine or Brad?
She's met you, Brad.
Oh, he hasn't met me yet, so it must be some stories you've been telling her. No, I'm just kidding. All right, what do we have next? Future collectible. Julie, why don't you tell us all about it?
Okay, so this is, I'm just gonna preface this. You know, I'm sticking to my guns here. I still believe in this car. Has not performed so well for me, but we're gonna stick with it. A 1962 Fiat 500 Jolly. It has gone down by $500.
Oh my goodness, you have a red blotch on your record here?
Yeah.
Oh my, that's the first one too.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a plan. We'll just
Are
wait
you-
till the end.
You're not dumping it though, sounds like.
No, I'm not ready to dump it.
Not right.
I still believe in the Jollies.
Believe in the Jollies. Okay.
I believe in the Jollies.
All right, Brad, what do you believe in when it comes
Well,
to
I believe I can. Let's see. 1988 Porsche 924S. I'll admit I may have been a little late to this party. 8,500 in the beginning. It did rise, but only to 9,200 in this time frame for an 8.20% increase. I kind of thought they were going to keep on trucking. It may be that everyone who wanted the 924S grabbed one, and now they're just sort of chumming along. But it could still continue to rise. I'm sticking with my 924S.
Everybody's sticking with their car so far. Okay. All right. My next future collectibles, a 1996 Corvette Grand Sport convertible. If I could pick the interior color, it would be red because I only made 50 of them with the red interior. Condition 3, 27.5 to start, 28.3 last time, and 28.3 this time. So 2.9 total, flatlined this last round. But I'm going to keep it because we just had a couple sell a little higher. So hopefully they'll hit the old marketplace here and it'll be pretty good. All right. Ramsey.
I got to say, bench cars are for cowards. There's no way around it, you know?
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ramsey. You were saying.
Yes, I was saying. Is this a little bit better? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. The 2011 Aston Martin V8 Vantage S It started at $59,300, dropped down to $56,900, but I stuck with Queen and Country, now up a total of 14.3% to $65,400 for a net increase of 10.3%. That's all I'm going with right there. Double-digit increase.
Nice. Very nice. All right. Let's see what we got here. Rear engine, mid-engine. Julie, take it away.
Okay, this is a 1985 Lamborghini Jalpa. Halpa? Is the J and H?
Yelpa.
Yalpa.
Jalpa. Jesus.
Ramsey's my pronunciation expert. Ramsey, how would you say it?
I think either one actually works stateside. You can do Jalpa, Julie. That's okay. Don't be offended if someone calls it Alpha. Either one works. You're winning, so it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
That's true. That's true. I am a winner. So I started this at 62,000 with a condition number 3 rating, and is up by $4,000 for a 6.5% increase.
Only 6.5, not double digits.
Oh, just you wait. I'm saving the best for last. Okay.
Oh, wow. Talking some smack here. Okay. Bradford, what's your pick?
This is rear engine, mid engines.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Now, see, I should have picked. I strayed from my own formula because I'd had an 83 Quattrovalve Ferrari, right, that I'd sold right before we started this whole process. And if I had just picked that car, we all know that any car I sell skyrockets in value, right? So I should have picked that car because it's done better than the one I actually did pick. I picked the 94 Ferrari 348 TB. I think it's sort of one of these oddball Ferraris. People don't talk about them a lot. I kind of figured it was going to catch a big rise. Well, it's only risen 7.16%. It's at $70,300 right now. And the variety I picked, condition 3, up from 65. It's still potential, could still go. Ferraris, I think, are good money as you move on down the road. But I fully anticipate that the 308 Quattrovalve market will be in the $150,000 to $200,000 range in the next 6 months. So
you hope. That's not bad though. 7.2, not bad. You know.
Well, it's an aggregate we're all going for here. You know, you've got individual players all adding up to a heck of a team. If we want to keep the sports analogies going.
All right, so I picked for rear engine, mid engine, the Karmann Ghia. 56 VW Karmann Ghia. I thought this thing would be on fire, and it is not doing well. It's actually my worst performer. It went up from 30 grand to 32.6 round 1. This round, it actually went back down to 30,600. So it's actually down 6.6 versus last round, but it's up 1%. So it's like my biggest, crap car so far. So
it's not your fault. They have not done any cheerleader movies in the past 6 months, so they're not getting a big bump from Hollywood.
What would that cheerleader movie be called? Let's not go there. All right, Ramsey, your rear.
As a nod to my dear friend Ray Schaefer, I chose the 1988
Oh, we're losing him again. So let me
condition number 2.
Are you there? We might have lost you again.
Go ahead, Greg.
Oh, we can hear you. Okay,
the Pontiac Fiero GT from 1988, condition 2. It started at 15.9 and it is still worth 15.9. So that, for me, that's pretty good. It's just the same.
Well, and you cut out where you were saying a nod to your buddy Ray Schaefer at Porsche North America, who has a unrestored 88 GT or something like that?
It is absolutely the most amazing showroom condition red Pontiac Fiero GT, and he loves it, and he has had it a long time. Why? Because he had one when I met him when we were teens, and they're cool cars then, and they're cool cars now.
Any Porsche guy that has a Fiero, you got to respect that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whereas if you're a Fiero guy and you have a Porsche, I don't know.
Yeah, that could be troublesome.
Yeah. All right, Julie, the next one's super hyper insane. What do you have?
Yes. Okay. So this is a 1982 Lamborghini Countach LP 400S. And, we just added the Countach from Cannonball Run to the National Historic Vehicle Register
Very
for
nice.
the Hagerty Drivers Foundation. So a little plug there. So this was a number 3 condition rating. It's up a respectable $5,000, which is because the starting price was already $355,000. That's only a 1.4% increase, but I'll take it.
So do you have the 2 ladies that drove the Countach and the Cannonball Run at the presentation or anything like that? No?
We do not, but it is currently, if you want to go see, it's at the National Mall right now in DC.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Brad, what do you have for Super Hyper Insane? This is not a Super Hyper Insane car, but we let it slide.
There was a lot of discussion about me picking this, and I focused more on the insane part of the Super Hyper Insane because I picked a 77 Aston Martin Lagonda Series 2. Now, this is arguably the most beautiful sedan ever created, virtually hand-built, that incredible angular nose that goes down to a grill about that big. Gorgeous cars.
That's how I describe you, Brad.
Thanks. Giant billboardish forehead. Yes. Amazing. No chin whatsoever. Let's see. So $74,400 in a condition 2, because I wanted a really good one. And it has stayed at exactly 74.4. But I have a reason.
Sure.
They're so good that when one buys one of these cars, you must never sell it. So we have no comps on what they're worth because none have sold.
That's also how your wife describes you.
No comps.
I feel like now you're just hurling insults.
Makes it fun.
So that was my only flat line so far. But I'm sticking with it because I love these cars. A good friend of mine I just saw in Detroit the other weekend, he's got a Lagonda. He swears by it. He only has to put a new battery in it every 4 or 5 weeks. So it's great. They're very reliable.
The only insane about that pick is that you picked it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, my pick for Super Hyper Insane is the 2006 Ford GT Heritage Edition. I really thought these things would continue going. Condition 3, 310 grand. No movement last round. No movement this round. So it's flat. Now, this is where I do want your perspective on a bench car.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's keep in mind the Lagonda discussion. So my suggestion is to switch it out. A 1999 Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec, which is pretty insane. And number 2 condition, 303 grand. So it's not 310, it's 303. The 2 of you agree?
That is not a supercar.
It's insane.
It's insane. I mean, if we're gonna let the Lagonda, we gotta let the Skyline. Come on.
I like that. I like the way you think.
I'm also a fan of Skyline, so I vote yes.
Well, so
Greg,
where
I
is
think
it
you're-
now?
I think
Like,
you're
I'm not
nuts.
letting this in without knowing what the value is now.
303.
What was it then? So you have to know, you have to unwind it all the way back. It has to fit.
Oh,
in
you got to
parameter,
go 6
because
months.
if you pick it and then it would have blown your budget, you can't do it. Or I would have put.
It hasn't gone down. It's only gone up. If you
Yeah,
look at
but
the
what was the-
Hagerty,
Oh yeah. So what are the actually that brings up a good point. What are the rules? Are you only allowed to replace
You have to
your bench car with the remaining difference that you have left in your budget based on the first round picks?
yeah.
Is that how it
So
works?
for
Okay.
example, like Ramsey had like 400 grand left over. He could switch a $10,000 Fiero for a $410,000 car because he still had.
Got it.
Now,
But you
I'm
have to
not
go all the way
voting.
back to the first round of what numbers you had left over.
If we go that way, I have a lot of room because it's like this in Hagerty's valuation trends. So I got 1 yes. Ramsey was talking a lot.
I don't have a problem. Greg, are you sure you want to abandon that Ford Heritage GT now?
I just did a special on JDM cars and they're kind of going nuts the last 3 months per
They totally
Hagerty.
are. Skylines are totally going.
So I'm jumping on that bandwagon for my last round here.
And I just sold my Century. See, this all works.
You sold your Century?
I did. I sold
Love
it.
that car.
It was great. Yeah.
Go buy it back in a week when it's 20 grand more.
Yeah.
How much did they pay you to take it, Brad?
Well, I tipped the tow truck driver, so
That boy.
Ramsey, are you a yes or a maybe?
All right. It is. You're saying the V spec, right?
Yeah, the top of the line V spec.
Okay, that's pretty crazy. That's at the time that was top of the mountain kind of stuff.
Pretty insane, would you say?
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
All
Well,
right,
I would say that Greg doesn't have to go back, though. I think it's just based on whatever money he's got left and today's value.
that's fine. That works because I got plenty of money in bank. And Brad, your vote no longer counts. So thank you.
The motion passes. Moving
Motion
on.
passes. Yes. All right, let's move on. Ramsey?
I would like my disdain for the process noted.
Noted.
Yeah. So I'm still sticking with my British infatuation and a 2004 Aston Martin Vanquish, since Julie and I were the only people that actually picked supercars when they were introduced. And it was a condition two worth $70,800 at the time. And I must admit, quite to my shock, because tell me another car that beautiful with a front engine V12, and it has only gone up 2% to now be worth $72,200, a $1,400 increase for one of the most beautiful cars Aston Martin ever made.
Yep. Not moving much, but it's moving in the right direction. All right, Julie, let's see. Truman was alive, so pre-1976. This was kind of a tricky one.
46.
46, sorry.
I mean, when you look at me, you think pre-war, obviously.
Not Truman Show, the president.
So this is my only flat line. It's 1934 Model A.
Flat.
So it started at 20, it remains at 20.
Yep. The whole generation, basically. All right. Brad. Actually, that didn't come across right. Brad?
All right. Now, I will explain this a little bit because my pick was one of my favorite vehicles on the planet of all time, the 45 Willys CJ2A, but we all know it as the beautiful, ubiquitous World War II Army Jeep. I love them. And my hope is that these always remain affordable. And it has, because $27,400 in January, they're only at $29,000, a 5.83% increase and a reasonable inflationary number, still affordable for any collector with the heart, the soul, and the vigor to own one of these pieces of American history.
Well, we'll hope it stays affordable, even gets more affordable going forward for you.
No, as affordable would be fine. It doesn't need to be.
Okay, so I have a 1942 Lincoln Zephyr convertible, condition 3. These are so underpriced. They're so wonderful. 33 grand, flat for round 1, flat for round 2, nothing. Didn't go down, but it has not gone up. So that's basically, we're all flat so far. All right, Ramsey, what do you have?
I love Zephyrs, by the way. I think they're super, super cool. I think you beat me out for that. I almost picked that. And you beat me for it, so thank you for that.
Yeah,
But
you're right. You're doing better than I am.
I'm still with you. Zephyrs are cool.
All right,
I have 1935 Auburn supercharged Phaeton. I commiserate with you, Greg. A condition 2 is worth $170,000 when this game began, and it remains worth $170,000.
wow.
Yes.
Might speak to the generational shift going on out there, would you say?
Little bit. Yeah,
Little bit.
possibly.
All right, we got 3 more to go. All right, let's see. Nintendo Gen. Julie, take it away.
A 1988 Porsche 944 Turbo, condition number 3 rating, and is up a respectable 6.5% at $1,000.
Yay. Okay, so different car. Now this actually speaks to Brad's. The Tom Cruise Porsche, that went to the moon the other day. So what about the 944 from 16 Candles? Can we get that sucker on the market to help Julie out with this one? Let that sucker sell for $1 million and see a increase in 944 prices? Think that would happen? Or is it not?
I talked to somebody today who has 7 944s at home, and he's just picks parts off either one of them to keep 2 of them running perfectly. So I think they will remain affordable.
Sounds like a British car owner. Okay. All right.
I have a clarifying question.
Oh.
So why is it that with some Porsche models you'll say 911, but then in others you'll say a 928? What's the rhyme or reason between a 944 versus a 944?
Wow, that's a really good
versus
question.
a 914.
I can answer this because in the great words of Flavor Flav, 911's a joke, so you call it a 911.
Is that really an answer?
Okay, it's late. I don't know.
Is there... All right, who's next? I lost track.
That really was a fair question, and I hijacked it with terrible humor. I apologize.
No, I mean, I really, this is like a learning opportunity for me. I don't understand it. And then also, then it gets even more complicated, right? Because a 993 is also a 911. What?
So do you think it should be
generations later? Sure, yeah.
Do you want it to be called 924? Do you want it to be called 924? What's your preference?
I would just like one consistent rule.
So
Across the board.
Canepa says Porsche. Jay Leno says Porsche /
Oh yeah, we can't even get into that.
Okay, if we can't
That's
get
a whole
Porsche
other
right,
thing.
yeah, if we can't get
A
Porsche,
2-syllable word.
Porsche.
Well, how do the Germans say it? Because it's a German brand, right? So we gotta go with the home country. Okay.
but how do the Germans pronounce Milan or Rome, or the Italians, not the Germans? How do the Italians pronounce Milan, Milano, Roma instead of Rome? So should we take the same learnings for Porsche to other cities in Italy?
I feel like we've segued
Oh my
into a one of those language learning video situations.
We should probably get back to the game, right?
All right, moving on. I think
Okay.
we're still at Brad's car. Or
We're
your
Brad.
car, Greg?
Next
Okay.
gen. Go, Brad.
Are we? Well, crap, as they say. Because I jumped on the 1995 BMW 850 CSI, and you all said, "Oh my God, that's a great pick." Apparently, that was the height of the market, 208,000. They've only done 218 since then, 4.8%. I kind of thought those cars were going to be, 300 grand by now. They're so cool, but they're still kind of hanging out. So 218,000, 4.8%.
So you're hanging on to it.
Oh, I still love them. I hang on to it.
All right. All right. For my pick, next gen, I got the 1995 Lancia Delta Integrale, condition 3, $40,500. It was flat for round 1, $45,400. So up 12.1%, about $5,000, nothing special, but it's up. So that I'll take it. All right, Ramsey.
One of my favorite cars from that era, from the 80s, the 1986 Mazda RX-7 Turbo. They are coming back. A condition 2 was worth $18,400 when we started. And today, ladies and gentlemen, it is $24,400. Greg, does anybody have an increase bigger than 32.6% on any
Oh yeah,
car?
my 44.9%. Oh no, Brad had a triple digit increase.
By 236%.
Yeah.
Oh, that one didn't count.
Very impressive, Ramsey.
You can't talk to me like that unless you're wearing a fedora.
I would just like to point out that it is the cheapest car that I picked. So based on the way I understood the game to work, I'm winning.
You can stay in that world. Okay, 2 more to go. Under 30K, which apparently is where Ramsey lives. Julie, take it away.
This is my homage to Brad, a 1977 Saab 99 Turbo.
Are you going to take that, Brad? Oh, you see it as a positive. Okay.
Saab's the best.
So it started at 12,500. It is up 22.4%, double digits, back in the game.
Nice.
And yeah, Happy with that one.
22.4. Very nice.
Mhm.
All right, Brad. How did
I
you
just have-
pay homage to Julie?
Well, I picked a car that everyone said you're a genius. It's skyrocketing at this time.
Was
It's
that
gonna
on this call?
continue to skyrocket. Yeah, that's on this one.
Okay.
Under 30K,
Find
68
it, everyone.
Subaru 360. Now, $29,800 was a pretty good price just paid at auction at that time. It is still $29,800. Absolutely flat. And I don't understand it. These little cute little things should have been $120,000. So I put a plea out there for everyone to please overpay for a Subaru 360 in the next 3 months. That
Did
was
you
really
just
helpful.
misunderstand the category? Did you think that it's supposed to remain under 30K?
Oh.
Well done.
Brad, did you figure out, since we gave you kudos for that pick, did you find out if those were real kudos or we were baiting you?
Oh no, I believed all of you. I could sense it. That they were genuine congratulatory tones in the first call.
Congratulatory tones. Okay, cool. I don't remember if you all liked my pick or not, but it was a 2000 Audi TT Quattro, condition 1, $23,500. It then went to $25,100, and now it's at $26,900. So increased 14.5%, $3,400. I'll take that all day to the bank.
Those
Did
are
y'all-
cute cars.
Yeah, they're. I thought it would go up a little bit more, but I'll take it. All right, Ramsey.
I purchased a 1994 Porsche 968 Coupe, so naturally I chose this as my under $30,000 car. It was $22,500, which is exactly what I paid for mine. They are now worth $24,000. Mine has actually gone down in value, I believe. So the market says it should be worth $1,500 more for a 6.7% increase. I'm just saying, get them now while you can.
You should have overpaid by like 10 grand, and then you could be winning this thing.
Yeah, well, I've spent 15 grand on it, but I have already put 11,000 miles on it since February, and it is a wonderful car, actually. It really is quite an impressive thing for under $30,000. There really are great opportunities out there under $30,000.
That's awesome. And you do drive the heck out of your cars, which I do respect and love. So that's awesome. All right, this is our last one. I think there's a couple curveballs coming. At least Julie suggested something was coming our way. What do you have?
So this is my favorite car of the lot.
This is Kardashian.
Yes, it shows my love of all things Kardashian.
Okay.
A 1958 Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz. Started at $80,000, up by $26,000
Oh, my goodness.
for a total increase of 32.5%.
Wow, very nice. 32.5. That's quite a note to go out on. I have a sneaky suspicion Brad might have a nice ballet back to you.
Well, I don't. I just feel like it'd be ugly to do it. You know, all right. I was actually on a tour this past weekend, and directly behind me, and I was in my 87 Carrera, behind me was a similar vintage Jaguar XJS V12 HE, just like the one I picked here. Condition 1, the best of the best, because frankly, if you're going to buy a V12 Jag, it had better not have mice eating the wiring harness, or you're in for a world of pain, my friends. So condition 1 in January was $26,600. Now, 40 grand for the same car, an increase of 50.4%.
Wow.
40,000.
Very nice.
Let those numbers settle like a weighted blanket. You know what I mean? It just sort of comes across you, makes you comfortable, doesn't it? Ramsey, doesn't it make you
We're
feel?
not done yet. We got to see what the totals are. Okay.
So talking about a weighted blanket, you might want to get ready for a really heavy one. All right. This one might actually suffocate you to death. It is my Kardashian pick, the 1968 Mercedes-Benz 600 Pullman, condition 2, Started at $214,000, went up to $233,000, and now it is $275,000.
Whoa.
$40,000 increase, 61 grand since we started this thing. 28.5%. I said $61,000.
Wow.
So,
those are such good cars. They have been great cars forever and ever and ever. They're absolutely one of a kind. Great pick. Love that.
thank you. So that was very fortunate. My biggest pick at the end. All right, Ramsey, close it out in a big way.
Yes, sir. Brad was talking about a weighted blanket. I prefer to refer to mine as a wet blanket because I chose the 2006 Bentley Continental GT Coupe worth $40,300 in a number 2 condition, but it is up 7.2%. They're now worth $43,200. So you just let that wet blanket just soak all over you, Brad.
It's
Right.
worth 2/3 of its first service. That's amazing.
Well, I do have the summary here. So as a reminder, round 1, Julie was first, Brad was second, I was third, Ramsey was fourth. I think Brad and our numbers are off maybe by $1,500, so we have to scrub them a little bit, but they're pretty close. Don't worry, we're close. All right, in fourth place, round 2, and I'll also give year to date because it does change a little bit. Actually, no, it doesn't. In fourth place, we have Ramsey up 4.3%, and now that's versus round 1. In third place, here's the shocker, Julie up 7%. In second place, that would be me, up 7.2%.
Oh, my word.
In first place, up 11.4%.
My friend.
Now, this basically...
Don't gloat, Phillips.
I'm not. You can't even see me.
So where we thought Julie was running away with it, Brad really came around.
All
I
right.
don't want to see him
I
dancing.
love a rolling chair.
Someone beat him next time. So thank you for joining us. Any comments from the group here on how they're doing? Any thoughts?
Wait, so
I'd like
what's his total percentage increase year to date?
14%, $132,700.
Wait, so see, how did you get that? Because I averaged all my percentage increases and I got 32% and I'm up 131,800.
Yeah, Greg, how did you possibly not have a number as high as the one Brad came up with?
No, Brad, you can't average the increases.
You can't average.
That's not how math works.
We're only $800 off. So I feel pretty good about your numbers.
Look, you got me out of the company. You can't get me out of this thing.
Flag on the play.
Wait, all right. I'm gonna now that I'm in third place, I gotta take this a little bit more seriously now.
Wait, you really can't average the increases, huh?
You can't average percentages.
No, you
But
can't
what I'll
average
do-
the percentages.
Is that really true?
That's not how math works.
Right.
I will say,
As the Asian in the room, I will tell you that.
as the guy who flunked calculus, I will agree with Julie.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna double down on my JDM. Actually,
Are
Wait,
you
you're
going to
switching bench cars right now? We're doing that right now?
I can do it anytime, right?
This is the
Greg
last.
said I could do it anytime. This is my
your
last chance. Okay. So I don't have the price guide in front of me, so I will sandy check this afterwards. But I would like to take my Ford Bronco from a number 3 to a number 1.
Oh, wow. Well played.
We'll have to scrub those numbers, but you probably have room to do that.
I think I have room to do that because I've got 21,900 in the pot left.
And you have that because you're under $1 million.
My total picks in the beginning were under $1 million.
You know, you could borrow $500,000 from Ramsey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do I do? Because I'm $1,083,900
It's
on
not
my.
about you, Brad.
It's always about me.
Hey, Julie, if it will help beat Brad, I'll give you everything I have left in my account.
I appreciate that, Ramsey. I do.
Yeah, Ramsey could you could pick something special, but you're going to stick with them, right, Ramsey?
I mean, at this point in time, it's vanity. It's all vanity.
All right. Well, what I will do is I will add in Julie's pick, and I will send you all the spreadsheet so you can see the calculations and the math to scrub anything you want. And then we'll do the Super Bowl sometime in January. So we'll find out who
Sounds
wins
good.
the whole kit and caboodle, if that's a word, in January. How does that sound?
Let's do this at RM sale during Scottsdale auction week. Huh? We could do it live. It's Scottsdale
Oh.
auction week.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Well, I know it is, Ramsey. That's why I said it.
Wait a minute. What about Paris? Why don't we do it live at the Paris Retromobile?
Now,
I will take that.
yeah, I never went over the travel budget for this thing. Is that cool? Yeah, that's great. Perfect.
Oh, I've got $500,000 left. We're flying first class, all of it.
That's great news.
If you can cash that in, I'm there.
Great news.
Well, thank you all for joining us again. And this has been a blast. And I'll talk to you all in January.
Don't forget to come to LeMay America's Car Museum in Tacoma, Washington.
Julie, any plugs?
Oh, insure with Hagerty, join Hagerty Drivers Club, follow us, subscribe on social. Yeah, I don't know. Buy me Chanel.
Okay, we will end with that. Thanks all.
You guys, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Well
Thanks for
done.
listening to the Collector Car Podcast. Don't forget to give us a nice rating on iTunes and be sure to follow us on Instagram and everywhere else at the Collector Car Podcast.